Uh, Good evening, good afternoon, or wherever you're watching us. This is the communication service of the Archdiocese of Bamenda, and this morning, this afternoon, this evening, wherever you're watching us, it has always been the tradition of the Archdiocese of Bamenda since 2024 that the Archbishop invited uh, retreat animators out of the country. It started with his Lordship Bishop Emmanuel Banado of the Diocese of Oyo in the Republic of Nigeria, and this year the retreat has been animated by Archbishop Anthony Moheria of the Diocese of Nyeri in the Republic of Kenya. But as God will have it, or as Providence will have it, this year's retreat has been animated by two archbishops because, for some technical reasons, Archbishop Anthony Moheria did not arrive Bamenda on time, and the retreat started with Archbishop Andonkia. This evening, this afternoon, this morning, we welcome Archbishop Andonkia. Welcome, Your Grace.
Thank you, Father.
It is a pleasure, especially the priest of the Archdiocese of Bamenda, having their bishop animating them as one of the retreat animators for this year's annual retreat, Your Grace.
It was a very big pleasure for me, and I'll say a very singular opportunity to be able to preach 2 days of the retreat to the priests of the Archdiocese of Bamenda. It is not a very usual thing that the bishop preaches a retreat for his own priests. But this time, Providence wanted it this way, and I think that it turned out to be what God wanted, God's will for us, that I would start the retreat for 2 days, and my brother, Archbishop Muhira Anthony, will come and finish the remaining 2 days, and we'll close on the 5th day. And you'll discover that it's very curious. The word of God is the word of God. It doesn't matter who preaches it. And you discover that the experience of every bishop around the world is almost the same. Most of the things I was saying was just a continuation of the things that the Archbishop came and continued to say. You would imagine or think that I saw his notes or he saw my notes, but it is not true. We just preached the word of God and shared our experiences as bishops, and you discover that bishops all over the world have the same experiences. The experiences of priests all over the world are the same and similar. So for me, it was a God-given opportunity.
Your Grace, I was just about asking already. You said people would think, especially the priests who participated in the retreat, would think that it was a kind of a continuation of what you started, because you started by the priest as a man of peace, and Archbishop Anthony continued with the retreat with who am I as a priest? Your Grace, I wish to find out from you, with this experience, this unique experience as the retreat animator for your own priest, how has that impacted you as a person or as a bishop of the Archdiocese of Bamenda?
I would say that it has impacted me very, very greatly, because you discover that many priests don't adequately know their bishop. The Pope signs a letter, and then you get a bishop, you don't know who the man is. And I said to you from the first day that I was just going to share my experience. And during this retreat, it gave me an opportunity to be able to share my life as a priest, to share my life as a bishop, together with those we work in the same vineyard. And that gave me an opportunity to put myself in front of my priests. And in that way, I think many priests will get to know me a little better, having spoken to them. And especially at the end, when the priests were asking, oh, no, we book you for next year to preach the retreat, which means that they appreciated understanding me a bit more. And when I do another retreat with the priests or give the talks, they'll get to know me better, because we share the same priesthood, and we share the same spiritual life, and our problems as priests, we share them together. And they understand better even my own vision of things. We are pastors, and as pastors, we must be able to relate with one another. For me, it was a very great moment of very deep communion that I shared with the priests. And you would not imagine if a bishop were preaching a retreat that his priest would come to consult him. But on the contrary, I didn't have a rest within those 2 days. One priest or the other would come to me for one thing or the other to share his own life experience, and it was very deep. I found that communion with the priest of the Archdiocese of Bamenda very, very deep and very, very helpful.
As you said, Your Grace, it was an opportunity for many priests to discover their bishop, and another dimension of the Archbishop during that retreat was discovered the bishop as a father, the bishop as a man of communion, the Archbishop as somebody who unifies the Archdiocese. Your Grace, most of the priests are very, very comfortable, especially with respect to the first two talks, the talks for the first 2 days, given that you came to share your experience. And there's that kind of opening up among the priests because they want to know more about their Archbishop. That's why they want the Archbishop to give many more retreats. I just wish to find out if, despite your numerous busy schedules, if that opportunity is given for a week, would that be possible for the Archbishop of Bamenda to give another tough, provoking retreat as a retreat of this year to the priest of the Archdiocese of Bamenda?
You see, I am a professional preacher of the Word of God. And I have no other profession. My profession is preacher. Therefore, if they ask me to preach for 30 days, I will do so, given an Ignatian retreat. But our ordinary retreat for the week, I think I have a store of things that I want to share with the priests. Go deep down in my heart and bring out the spiritual reflections, my own insights that have been inspired all along my priestly career, my priestly ministry, and my life as a bishop. And I think it is very, very important for all of us to be able to see beyond the person. You see me outside, you hear me talk, but it's important when we sit down together and we dive into the deep. Look in out, we go down into the deep and we come out. Then you see the person differently. I see you differently, you see me differently. And as I said in my first or second talk, look, my work cannot go ahead without the priests. We collaborate, and therefore I have your back. And at any time, I am ready to defend my priests, to support them, and to make them be happy priests, happy and holy priests. This is my work. And to bring a bishop out of his diocese from Nigeria, bring a bishop out of his diocese, archbishop from his archdiocese in Kenya, this shows you that I am not taking the spiritual life of my priest lightly. I want them to have the best. And you will discover that the people that we are selecting to come and meet the priest are some of the best in the world and in their various countries.
Thank you very much, Your Grace. Just to end this brief podcast, we are reminding our listeners out there that you tune in to all our various social media platforms at Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube channels, and you'll be able to find and click and follow us, Archdiocese of Bamenda, in all our social media platforms. Your Grace, just one last word to our Christians watching us out there who they know that the priests of the Archdiocese of Bamenda, they have shut down their parishes and they are charging their spiritual battery. What last words do you have for our Christians as far as contributing to the spiritual lives of priest in the Archdiocese is concerned?
My last word to the Christians would be simple. Love your priests. Love your priests. Your priests have given up their lives to serve you. Your priests have given up their lives to die for you. Your priests are daily pouring out their lives like a libation for you, the Christians. Love them. Love them as they are. Love them as men of God. Love them with their imperfections. Correct them with charity when need arises. But above all, respect them. Show them love. Show them understanding. And know that just as they're helping you to go to heaven, they also are struggling to make their own way to heaven. They have not arrived. And in this way, helping them to go to heaven will be a common venture. While they help you, you also help them. This is my last word. And they should know that from this action of closing down all the parishes to go and pray, the priests, together with the bishop, are praying for the diocese. They are praying for their Christians, and their Christians will feel the effect of this prayer in their daily lives.
Archbishop Andrew Nkia, Archbishop of Bamenda, thank you, Your Grace, for accepting to spend this little but qualitative time with us. We are looking forward in our subsequent podcast. Thank you, Your Grace.
You're welcome, Father. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful evening.
Amen.